Joining us on the broadcast is Agnimitra Paul, Bharatiya Janata Party's General Secretary in West Bengal. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for speaking to us on NewsX. My very first question, this is a very heinous crime that has been committed in the heart of West Bengal's capital, Kolkata. How can it be that a female doctor is raped and murdered inside a state-run medical college? What action, immediate action, do you think is needed?
See, these kind of heinous crimes are happening every day in Bengal. Every other day we wake up to a news of a 6-year-old or a 60-year-old or a 50-year-old girl is being raped and murdered. Whether it's a gang rape, whether it's, it's a it's a murder, it's just going on. And this is something, which is new to us, that in a reputed hospital called RG, which is in the heart of the city, it is not in the outskirts, in the villages. It's a very, very reputed hospital where lakhs and lakhs of patients are coming from all over Bengal. And a doctor on duty, who was on duty for the last 36 hours, 31-year-old, a very, very talented, studious, junior student, we have to lose her to this kind of a case. And the person, the police, first of all, Mamata Banerjee's police, they tried to hush this matter by saying day before yesterday that it's a case of suicide. And when they saw that there is such a huge uproar, coming from the students and the entire public of Bengal, then, Mamata Banerjee started saying that, yes, we also want CBI. We of course want CBI. We from BJP, we the people of Bengal want CBI because we don't have any faith whatsoever on the system, on the administration, on the police of Mamata Banerjee. Because the police who are supposed to be our protectors are now the rapists and the murderers. And that is the reason why Vineet Goyal, the Commissioner of Police of Calcutta, tried to hush it up by saying it's a case of suicide. Why were the police so much in a hurry to cremate the body day before yesterday? Why? You could have waited. We had made a demand that preserve the body, and we want a second opinion. We want a second postmortem to be done. But they couldn't wait. And now they have got hold of a person. God knows if the person is a real convict called Sanjay Roy, who is a civic volunteer, a civic police. And it is very, unlikely that a person like Sanjay Roy, one person, civic police, can do such a heinous crime. Because this lady doctor is not a child. She's a 31-year-old lady. And her body shows that her pelvic bone was fractured, her collarbone is fractured, her private parts were bleeding, her eyes were bleeding, there were bruises marks on her body. It is difficult for one person to do such a heinous crime. So we still feel that Mamata Banerjee and her police is trying to shield the actual convict. So that is the reason we want CBI and only CBI. And when Mamata Banerjee is so keen to have CBI, then what is she waiting for? Why isn't she writing a letter? Because the state government needs to write a letter to CBI. Why isn't she writing a letter to CBI? What is she waiting for? To do politics? But our Andolan, our protest will be on till this Nirbhaya, we have named Abhaya. Our Abhaya gets justice. Our protest will be on.
Ma'am, speaking of Mamata Banerjee, she has come out and said yesterday that if need be, the culprits will be hanged. Do you think this is mere lip service?
Complete lip service. And who is she to say that the culprits will be hanged? Because our government, Modi government, has brought this new law where such culprits will be hanged under Nyaya Samhita. And our Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, 7 days back, she has brought a resolution in Vidhan Sabha, in West Bengal Legislative Assembly, opposing this Nyaya Samhita, saying that, we oppose Nyaya Samhita. That means she wants to oppose Nyaya Samhita because she wants to protect this kind of criminals, these kind of rapists and murderers who are actually the election machinery of TMC. Now she's talking about fast track court. You spoke about fast track court, Mamata Banerjee, in 2013, 7th of June. You must have heard about this Kamduni case, where a girl was gang raped. Her 2 legs were torn apart. It was a heinous crime, and on the 7th of June 2013, this incident happened, and Mamata Banerjee was there on 17th of June, and then she said, I will do justice. In 15 days, charge sheet will be prepared, and in 30 days' time, in fast track court, Kamduni girl will get justice. But unfortunately, 11 years have passed, madam. Till now, Kamduni girl hasn't got any justice. So Mamata Banerjee, this kind of lip service we are very well accustomed with, but we don't believe her anymore. So we want CBI. Mamata Banerjee, you also want CBI. So please write a letter to the CBI. We don't have any faith on Mamata Banerjee. We don't have any faith on her police. We don't have any faith on her administration. So we want justice for our Abhaya.
And ma'am, as far as the BJP's demand for a CBI probe is concerned, the TMC has slammed this, stating that the BJP is engaging in politics and they should let the TMC government focus on meting out swift justice. How would you respond to them?
We are not disturbing the TMC government at all. We don't want to make any kind of political statement, any kind of politics into it. We just want this girl's family should get justice. And in future, these kind of incidents should stop. So if you are wanting something like justice for this girl, what is TMC's problem? Why did TMC say it's a case of suicide? Why? What was this civic volunteer at the wee hours of the morning? Why was he allowed to go to the 4th floor of the seminar hall? Why? Where was the security? You should know that inside the Arjikar hospital, there is a police party, which we call a police station. What was the police over there doing? How could such a civic volunteer be allowed when he was completely drunk? Why weren't the CCTV cameras working in the seminar hall? Where was the CCTV camera inside the lift or in the passage? Who is going to the 4th floor? Who is coming down the 4th floor? Where are the CCTV footage? What are you trying to hide? This is because there is complete breakdown of law and order in West Bengal. And in these kind of hospitals, which is taken over by TMC doctors and TMC leaders, there are many groups, they are TMC versus TMC groups, they are fighting. The principal of Arjikar Hospital, Dr. Sanjeev Ghosh, is fighting against TMC Rajya Sabha member, Dr. Shantanu Sen. So they are busy fighting with each other. Where do they have the time to look after the safety and security of the doctors or the safety and security of the patients? Anything can happen anytime. Maybe a woman patient will be pulled from her bed and taken to the corridor and raped and murdered. Nobody is there. Nobody is there to answer. And again, Mamata Banerjee's police will say, oh, it's a case of suicide. So that's the thing. We just want justice. We don't want to politicize. We want all the mothers, all the fathers, all the brothers to come out, not under any flag. Come out and protest, because we will not tolerate these kind of rapes and murders happening to the women of Bengal. And then Mamata Banerjee will do politics by saying, oh, Bangla Nijer mein ke chahe. That means Bengal wants her own daughter. As if only Mamata Banerjee is Bengal's daughter, and we, the poor souls of Bengal, we are, nobody, in Bengal. So the Ma Durgas and Ma Lokhi and Ma Kalis of Bengal, we don't have safety and security. Leave alone a 6-year-old, a doctor is a 31-year-old, on duty, she gets raped and murdered, and Mamata Banerjee should be ashamed that her police is trying to cover it up by saying it's a case of suicide, and now they have pulled up a civic volunteer and saying, oh, he has done the murder. We don't believe it. We want CBI to happen.
All right, ma'am, and what do you think should be done immediately for the grieving family?
I didn't get you.
The family is grieving at the moment. Mamata Banerjee has spoken on the phone line with the parents of the young woman who has been subjected to this horrific crime. But what else can be done for the family?
The most important thing that should be done this moment is asking for CBI. Why is she calling up the family? We don't need her call. And what will happen if she calls? Okay, as a chief minister, she has done her duty by calling her parents. But her parents, the only daughter they had, they want justice for the daughter. The mother was crying the other day. She was holding me and she was crying. And she was telling me, Didi, you know, we have done stitching. We were tailors. We stitched to raise that money so that, my daughter can become a doctor one day. We could, realize her dream. We can fulfill her dream. This is the way, we supported her. All our, work, all our, whatever we have done has gone to the doldrums. We are left with nothing. Our daughter is gone. So just now, you can only do is to give justice by giving this case to CBI. Mamata Banerjee is saying that in Belgachia, there's a place called Belgachia in Kolkata, there's a space of tram depot, and I will give that place to Arjikar Hospital, and in that a building will be constructed, and one of the floors will be named after this Abhaya. We don't need buildings, madam. We don't need buildings. We want justice. Because that girl's soul is still, she's crying for justice. I don't want this Abhaya to again cry for justice. So the only thing which Mamata Banerjee and her government can do is to provide justice to this family and nothing else.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.